I called to order the meeting of the Saline County Zoning and Planning Commission on September 12th, 2022. First order of business will be, agenda. Do I hear anyone?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the agenda for this evening.
Thank
I'll
you.
second it.
Second is made. All approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Second order of business is minutes from last meeting. Is there any discussion regarding those minutes?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the minutes as printed.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second has been made. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Okay, let's see. We then move on to agenda items 1 and consent agenda. A, we've done. B, we've done. Item 2, application. Tim, would you care to walk us through that?
Yes, this is a application for a subdivision exception, a transfer of development rights from property located in the south half of the southwest quarter of Section 27, Township 13 South, Range 2 West, to property located in the northeast quarter of Section 33, Township 13 South, Range 3 West. Sending property is approximately 80 acres, agriculturally zoned in the floodplain, and located at the intersection of Simpson and Mariposa Roads. The receiving property is approximately 46 acres, agriculturally zoned, located at the south side of West Pleasant Hill Road. The applicant proposes the receiving property to be allowed one additional development right, and the sending property will lose a development right and retain one. Applicant is Sarah George. Sending property owner is Lonnie Heigl. The receiving property owner is Swift & Company Management. With that, what I will do is go over my findings on this case. This is the sending property meets code requirements in that it is located within the floodplain. 80 or more acres in size. Property shall remain agriculturally zoned. One development right may remain on this parcel. The property has been owned by the same owner for more than 10 years. The receiving property meets code requirements for the following. Property meets improvements required for rural residential development. No platting of the property is required, as only one right is being transferred. Only a small portion of the receiving parcel contains floodplain. The property does not contain a significant amount of Class 1 or 2 farm soils. The property has no current deed restrictions. Property is more than 1 mile from the city limits of Saline. The receiving property is just within the urban service area of Saline, as Pleasant Hill Road marks the northmost extent of the overlay. Staff contacted the city staff for comment on additional residential development at this site. Staff has included the email response in your packets, which indicates the city expressed that they have no intention of extending any services to this area due to the amount of floodplain within the vicinity. Therefore, Saline stated they have no issue with the proposal. In 2018, a similar request was turned down because it was less than 1 mile from the city limit line and within the growth area of the city. The application meets the goals of the 2008 Comprehensive Plan for Appropriate Rural Development. And the intent of floodplain regulations by removing development from the floodplain. Transfers of development rights to smaller acreages are allowed provided certain conditions are met. In the past, the Planning Commission has approved such transfers because it is the county's consensus that in specific instances, it is more important to discourage development within the floodplain than it is to prevent development on smaller secondary parcels. In 2018, a similar request within the urban service area was denied, but the basis of that denial was that it was less than 1 mile from the city limits and within the growth area of the city. The conditions of approval are, if approved, no additional splits or development rights will be allowed on this property. Approval of SE 22-102 according to staff findings 1 through 4 and conditions as listed herein is staff's recommendation. The alternatives are the Planning Commission may consider approving the application according to staff findings and conditions, approve the application with amended findings or conditions, table or continue the application for further consideration, or deny the application based on findings by the Planning Commission. With that, I'll turn it over to you.
Floor is open for discussion. Any questions for our council?
The applicant is here too, so.
Does the applicant care to speak on their behalf? Okay. Minutes reflect that they are here, but do not need to respond. If anyone needs to speak on it, go ahead. Otherwise, I would like a motion to approve or deny or table.
Staff did also include a, and I just passed it to you all, is a survey that shows that parcel 2 is which is on the south side of that, of the parent parcel that's of the receiving property, is going to be the one they're wanting to eventually split.
Which one is that, Tim?
It's, I've got, my,
This sheet here.
there, it's that.
And we are on application SE 2210-102.
Yes.
Okay.
The lot that's indicated there as parcel 2 is going to be where the new development right would be associated with.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
If there is no discussion on this, I ask for someone to move in one direction or the other.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve SE 22-102 according to staff findings 1 through 2 and the conditions listed herein.
Second.
Seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Okay. Item number 2, application CUP 22-5. Consideration of a conditional use permit to allow a personal storage of classic cars and occasional employee meetings in an existing structure on a parcel of land in the northeast quarter of Section 24, Township 15 South, Range 3 West, at the request of Jason Ingermanson. And I believe that Commissioner Woodrich, you were going to have a...
In this situation, due to personal, understandings, I will continue to maintain the meeting, but I will recuse myself on this matter. I would like to, I will not engage in discussion of it, and I will abstain from voting on this. Let the minutes reflect. Thank you.
Okay. And the minutes will reflect that. With that, the findings are as follows. Previous staff had approved a permit to construct the current facility, and this facility is, the parcel is, it's zoned RS1, and within the community of Asaria, I believe.
Mentor.
Mentor,
It's in
I'm sorry.
Mentor.
The
Just south of Mentor Road.
Asaria and Mentor both have the same zip, and I apologize for that.
Yeah.
That was my blunder. With that, the request, the applicant is Jason Ingermanson. This is for personal storage, and they're requesting continued use of personal storage for classic automobiles and semi-annual meetings of approximately 20 employees. And when I say semi-annual, I mean it just, the applicant's representative is here, and he can probably explain it better than I can. But this is an unplatted parcel in Section 24, Township 15, Range 3, containing approximately 1 acre. The applicant, what started this is the applicant was seeking an address for this facility. Previous staff, as I said, approved a permit to construct the current facility. Personal storage is permitted within the residential districts. The applicant is proposing separating the facility that's there from the residence to the north. So this is currently, you have a residence and the structure, I think, on the same parcel, and they're wanting to separate those two. The applicant is wanting to, the continued use of personal storage with the option to use the current facility for very rare meetings of employees for training purposes. The facility shares water with the structure to the north and will need its own water source and indicated by the environmental services. The applicant is proposing approximately 8 to 20 employees at the facility. No more, my understanding was twice per year, but they say rare occasions, so again, I'll let the applicant's representative explain it better than I can. Applicant will need to verify through environmental services the sizing of the current septic system for the requested occupancy load. Public comment, staff has not received any written comments from the public regarding this case, and no one has complained about it. Comments from other departments and agencies. Sean Estrel of the Saline County Sanitarian stated currently the facility is sharing water with the residents to the north. The facility will need its own water supply. Currently, the septic is rated at 50 gallons per day and may need to be upgraded if this use changes to where there's more intense use of more people within that, if the occupancy class changes, they'll probably have to change the sizing of the septic. Under the review criteria for conditional use permits, the location, size, and design and operating characteristics of the proposed development will be compatible with and will not adversely affect the livability or appropriate development of abutting properties and the surrounding neighborhood, with consideration given to harmony in scale and bulk. No adverse impact on traffic is anticipated with this use. The structure was permitted and built for personal storage in 2015. Although the employee meeting venue will be rare, the adjacent residential uses would require additional landscape screening or privacy fence installed if there's not one already there. The location, design, and site planning of the proposed development will provide convenient and functional living, shopping, and civic environment. Actually, the structure will continue to be used for personal storage of classic vehicles and semi-annual employee meetings. There will be no retail shopping or civic environment at this location. The use for personal storage, as I said, was approved by previous staff. The proposed development will enhance the successful operation of the surrounding area and basic community functions. This use is a personal venue for employee trainings twice per year. Staff recommends approval of the conditional use permit with the following conditions. Facility must obtain its own separate water supply prior to use as an employee venue. Applicant must consult with environmental services regarding the current sizing of the septic system to verify conformance with the proposal with the environmental code. No activity of a commercial nature will be allowed in the RS1 district. Maintain current landscape screening between adjacent properties. Alternatives would be to approve the request with conditions as listed above, or conditionally approve the request with other conditions the commission may deem necessary, or recommend a denial. With that, the applicant's representative is here for questions.
Does the applicant's representative like to speak on this matter?
My name is
Please come to the podium. Thank you, sir.
My name is Nathaniel Berg, and I'm happy to answer questions, but I don't have anything else.
Does the commission have any questions for Nathaniel Berg, the representative?
Mr. Byrd, this is just concerning, we have a map here that's outlined in red. I assume that's the area that we're talking about, just the one building right behind that.
That is correct.
Residence, okay, all right. Thank you.
Anyone else have questions for Mr. Berg, the representative of applicant? Thank you, Mr. Berg. Any discussion among our commission? Once again, I will abstain from this vote, but I will call it. Will someone offer a motion on this matter?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve CUP 22-105 according to staff recommendations and the conditions that staff outlined.
Motion has been made. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Okay.
Thank you.
Do we have any more new business?
No additional new business. However, wanted to just kind of update you on some housekeeping stuff that we've been doing.
Absolutely.
We've done, first of all, the comp plan. I'm still working on getting the statistics all straightened out. I'm looking at probably November will be the final document that I will take to you all to look at and review so that we can have it hopefully adopted early part of next year by the county commission. The other thing is we've gotten our, fortunately, we've got our maps updated. They didn't take as long with our GIS. They found the old layers that we had, and they updated the mapping that we have for those and improved them so that you can actually see them a little bit better. So there's that. And the other thing is that staff has been working, or had worked on getting an amendment to our addressing policy. And one of the things that we wanted to change in it was there was a lot of outdated language in it, and one of the things we put in there was that if you have an accessory structure, like let's say for hay storage or something like that, you can now request an address for that facility, and the way we do that is that helps give the 911 system, an address to go off of. If you have, like, let's say a barn that's on fire and a house that's not on and they're both on the same parcel, you know, and if there's like an 80-acre spread between the two of them, you know which they know which structure to go to and which side of the of the parcel it's on. So and this is only by, you know, if somebody requests it. This isn't going to be like a required. So like, I mean, if you want to build a accessory structure, we're not going to assign an address unless, you know, the applicant requests it. So.
Is this, Tim, I'm sorry, is this just information right now?
Yeah.
Does it need, okay.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. The county passed it last week, I think it was, and we've just wanted to let you all know in case, it ever came up. And one of the other things I changed in it was there was language in there about you could not assign an address unless there was a landline phone. And so we took that out. So
I guess we're out of luck.
yeah, but we're really pleased with the way that it's now is more in unison with our 911 system, and so we're just kind of, like I say, informational in case it ever comes up.
Anything else, Tim?
That'll be it.
Does the commission have anything else to bring up?
Nope.
In that case, I will ask for someone to move we adjourn.
Mr. Chair, I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Seconded. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries.